And in order to get the flow, you got to leave some folks alone. You got to move out some places. You got to change some friends. You're related to them, but you're not connected to them. And you got to pack your bags and go. Somebody holler, go! You gotta go so you can flow. You gotta go so you can grow. You gotta go so you can move into the next dimension. And if you notice, anytime you leave them, they hate you. You were all right till you left. But the moment you leave, they hate you because they were on assignment from hell to block your flow. But the devil is a liar. The devil is already defeated. You're about to come into a supernatural flow. Who am I preaching to in this place? Holler at your boy if I'm preaching at you. Abraham's father, Terah, dies in Haran. And we criticize Abram a lot for bringing Lot, but Lot was fatherless. And it isn't so much that he brought him, it says Lot went with him. What I have learned in 66 years of living, you have to be careful who you let go with you. People, out of their own brokenness and need, will attach themselves to you just because you're going somewhere. And you gotta keep your, not just your vision, but your peripheral vision so you can see who went with you. Lot went with him. Whenever God appears to you, other people want to go. Some of y'all are in trouble right now, not because of you, but who went with you. Yeah, and you felt sorry for them, and you had empathy for them, and Lot's father was Abram's brother, and he felt an obligation. And I'm learning that sometimes feeling an obligation is the arrogance of empathy to think that you can be something that you were not designed to be to somebody else. Let me break this down. Some folks you can't fix because you didn't break. Let me say it to the people over here. Some folks you can't fix because you didn't break, but your heart is so big and you want to make a difference in their life, and you ignore the instruction of the Lord when he said leave them. You try to take them with you, and some of them, when you try to take them, they die because they weren't designed to go to the next level. So Terah died in Haran, and Lot hung on and still went with him. Now somebody say, I gotta do this by myself. I love you, but I gotta do this by myself. Peter, James, and John, you've gone as far as you can go, but I'm going a little further than what you're able to go. I gotta do this by myself. I gotta go by myself. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. I gotta do this by myself. I took you on the mount. I showed you Moses. I showed you Elijah, but I can't show you this. In order to get into the flow that prepares me for my destiny, I gotta do this by myself. I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. But your heart is your strength and your weakness. The same thing that makes you strong and drew God's attention to you is the same thing that makes you vulnerable, that causes people to become ticks attached to you, sucking the blood out of you. I got a word for you. You have to understand that you have been blessed. Abram receives this blessing.